Waldron on the line with us, the author of The Hidden History of the JFK Assassination, the website, The Hidden History of the JFK Assassination.com. So, Lamar, Carlos Marcello, the mob boss, the FBI had figured it out, all that kind of thing. We've got the tapes, blah, blah, blah. And Jack Van Lanningham had nailed him. He was talking about bringing in a couple of shooters from out of town.
That's right. And 10 days before the assassination, they're at his huge Churchill Farms estate, which is multi-thousand
Who's they?
acres outside of New Orleans.
Who's they who are at his church at his estate?
The two hitmen from Italy.
I see. Okay.
And they're taking target practice there. You know, Marcel was talking about this in the prison cell with Van Lanningham. And then, shortly before the assassination in Dallas, Marcello's number 2 lieutenant in Dallas comes over, a Dallas restaurateur by the name of Joe Campisi Sr. And Joe Campisi Sr. has figured into many assassination things before because it was very much known, the House Select Committee on Assassinations in the late 1970s, which was the 5th of 6 government committees to investigate JFK's murder. There was much more than the Warren Commission, of course. You know, they had looked closely at Joe Campisi Sr. Well, now we know he's actually the guy who went to New Orleans, took the 2 hitmen, and he took them back to Dallas to hide in his restaurant. Now, Tom, you and I have eaten at Campisi's restaurant before.
Yes, and they smashed up our car with a hammer.
Well, let's not. We don't know that happened.
Somebody did. Somebody did outside.
I'm sure that was just a coincidence.
Yes.
And at that time, Campisi's. So in 1963, it was well known by investigators. Jack Ruby ate there the night before the assassination. So now we know Jack Ruby was at that restaurant. Also, the 2 hitmen were at that restaurant. And then the following day, the day of the assassination, on November the 22nd, a Friday, just like it is this year, the 2 hitmen were taken by Campisi to Dealey Plaza. We don't know, so who was shooting from behind, who was shooting from the knoll, but these 2 hitmen were there. After the assassination, Marcello told Van Lanningham the 2 shooters went back to Campisi's restaurant. They hid out there, and then once things had cooled down a little bit, they went back to Louisiana, back up through Michigan, and back into Canada. Now, that's where that part of the story ends for Marcello. Based on 25 years' worth of research into Carlos Marcello, I would be shocked if those 2 hitmen left Canada alive, or if they did leave Canada alive, that they weren't killed pretty quickly thereafter. And we know that because independently I was able to verify from another a mobster's memoir, a man who was linked to Jimmy Hoffa's death, Frank Sheeran, that Marcello, not just for this hit, not just for the JFK hit, but for other hits, he liked to import war orphans from Italy, because that way, after the hit, they could be disposed of themselves, and there was no one to mourn them, so to speak.
Marcello himself was Italian. He was a Sicilian immigrant.
That's right. He was born in Tunisia of Sicilian parents, and that was one of Marcello's big problems. He was on trial on federal charges in New Orleans the whole month of November '63. He was a big target of John and Robert Kennedy's huge war against organized crime, and even a small conviction against Marcello would have resulted in his deportation. They'd already tried to deport him once in April '61. Had him taken to Guatemala, where a fake birth certificate.
If I can bring us back to some other little tight points here. There are people who say it was the CIA. There's others who say it was the military-industrial complex. There's others who say it was the Cuban refugees, or not refugees, whatever.
Cuban exiles.
Exiles. Thank you. You're saying it was the mob, but? Well,
it was the mob plus the CIA.
Right.
And there were Cuban exiles involved, because there have been several articles about my new book. But if you look at articles in the mainstream media today about the assassination, they're distinguished by 2 things. One, they pretend the government investigation began and ended with the Warren Commission, and it didn't. The House Select Committee on Assassinations concluded in 1979 that Marcello and his associate in Tampa, Tampa Godfather Santo Trafficante had the motive, means, and opportunity to have killed JFK, and that congressional committee officially concluded JFK was killed by a conspiracy. But if you look at all the conspiracy articles in the mainstream media, they try to break it down as if, well, was it the mafia? Was it the CIA? Was it Cuban exiles? As if those
what if it was all three?
Different things.
Yeah.
And you and I have been saying since the early 90s, wait a minute, it's not like these are different things entirely.
Right.
Because what people overlook is people like Carlos Marcello, people like his associate Santo Trafficante, who also confessed late in life, people like their mutual associate in the assassination, Johnny Roselli. The Chicago Mafia's man in Hollywood and Las Vegas, Roselli also confessed late in life to his attorney. Those three gentlemen were all working for the CIA.
Right.
From 1960, when Richard Nixon, as vice president, had them hired by the CIA to kill Fidel Castro, into 1963. When
right. And then you've got the lower level guys like Bernard Barker.
Well, that's right.
David Morales.
You've got your three top guys are working with the CIA to try to kill Fidel Castro. That's what the CIA thinks. You've got lower level people like Bernard Barker, like David Morales, the head of operations at the huge Miami CIA station, who confessed, by the way. Morales confessed. A guy by the name of John Martino, who worked for Trafficante and Roselli, he confessed his role. So all of those people, including Bernard Barker, were working on what is called the CIA Mafia plots to kill Fidel Castro, right, which a CIA official by the name of Richard Helms had continued into 1963 without telling John or Robert Kennedy, or even their own CIA director. JFK CIA director didn't even know that the CIA, specifically this guy Richard Helms, was working with the Mafia to kill Fidel Castro, but the mob was really using that to cover their plans to assassinate John F. Kennedy.
Amazing. Lamar Waldron is with us. He's the author of a new book, The Hidden History of the JFK Assassination. The website, thehiddenhistoryofthejfkassassination.com. We'll be back with more of Lamar